All right, we are back. It's running a little bit slow. Let's see if we can do something about that. Just touch. All right, so last time, yesterday, or not yesterday, but last day I was working on this, we got these sides in and made some big adjustments to the height of some of these parts of the buildings. I think it's looking a lot better, honestly. A little more proportional. Flags look a little bit short now, though. I guess those didn't get moved when I was changing the building heights. I was wondering if there's a way to check that. I mean, I can obviously try and be really cheeky and try and get an elevation off the top of these poles because they are modeled in here. This claims 58. So the roof is 49. That should make it new math. My brain's not working. 58 minus 49 is 9, obviously. And here we are at 17. So this should be at 26. So I'll raise the whole thing up a block. I know it's got the thing on top, but yeah. I can also double check some of these other ones here, like yeah, this one also says 58. And I don't know if we can get the height on this middle one. It's a little bit janky looking. Let's try. Claims 58, but I don't know if I buy that. I'm pretty sure this one's supposed to be higher. So let's hop into street mode, street view. It'd be really nice if there was a way to go down that road there. I wonder. I don't think there's a way to really see down between those buildings to get a good far away look at it. Yeah, no, not happening. We'll just have to work with this or some images online. It's not that this tree's blocking the view either. Okay, yeah, from this angle, they're definitely the same height. Are they? It'd be nice if there was a way to draw a line on here, like with the ruler, but that only really works when you're zoomed out. So what I'm actually going to do is hold a physical straight edge up to my screen and see, do those three form a straight line? It looks like the middle one should definitely be a block higher. Which I think is pretty close to what I've got here. Or not. Let's see. This would end up being at 26. So we would want this one at 27. This is at 28. So maybe we drop this one a block and raise the other two by 1. Oops, just lost the head. I don't know why I'm doing it like this when I've got Axiom. Let's use the move tool. Let's double check this. Like, it's either the case that the middle one is taller, or for some reason the one on the right is shorter. I think it's a lot more likely that the middle one is just a bit taller. Looks nice like this, but I think we'll try dropping it 1 block. Yeah, it looks nice. It's hard to tell because these ones start down here on the front, and this one is hidden behind. Now, each of these does have like a little string coming down. I don't know if that's a detail that's worth putting in. Voice crack. Take like some iron bars, or actually probably like some white stained glass panes. We might be able to pull that off. Just see how that looks. Yeah, as I suspected, it looks pretty goofy. Even if we put it, even if we put it there, yeah, no. Too fine of a detail. It's a bit loud. Yes, I think we're good for the front of the building. I suppose there's a little bit of sidewalk here that I'm missing. And this entrance is a little different. Okay. What I'd really like to do today is fill in this roof here and get the walls around it completed. Might be a little bit tricky though, especially since we have to try and measure on the roof. Because we only have floor plans for the first floor. I'm sure some of the stuff lines up underneath, but there's no way of telling where it actually lines up. And this is also kind of set back here on a diagonal. Let's get an idea of just how big this roof is. And for that, we'll turn off 3D buildings. Maybe not, actually. Because this is overhanging now. Just when you do it with 3D buildings on, you can't actually see the line. But I think we'll be okay. We'll zoom out a bit. Too much. And I'll just do it from, I won't worry about that back corner yet. Make sure we're heading on 45 degrees. I'm seeing 17.6 meters. Of course, since the whole thing is on a 45-degree angle, we have to divide it by root 2. And that gives us 12.5 blocks, roughly. So we'll start from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's actually really nice. It lines up perfectly with this part here. I don't know if there's a way to create diagonal shapes easily in Axiom. Don't want to manually fill this in though. Let's see what tools we have. I could have sworn there was a shape tool on my just mine. It's right here. So it's going to be 1. Start with 20 by 12. It should be on a 45-degree angle. I actually have to make this 17 since it calculates it before rotation. Or I guess it rounds up to 18. Then we'll extend this out a bit more. Needs to be one lower. Why can't I get it to stay there? Where's that? No, that's the right spot. Let's try it again. We'll walk like halfway there. It's okay if we have to manually fill a little bit of it. I think that's good. I set this to like 17.5. I guess just 17 will work. All right. Confirm. Sure we didn't mess anything up on the front here. No, we did not. Just fill this in. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Or do we say 12 and a half? It's 12 and a half. Which means we actually want to offset it like this. I'm hearing a strange sound. I don't know if that shows up in the recording. I don't know why there's a coral here. Let me accessibility, turn on subtitles. See if it's something in the actual game. Sandy sounds. Is it just because I've got all this terracotta here? Interesting. Must be something from the new update. I know they added it so that, like in deserts, you'll hear some sand ambience. But I did not expect that it could show up just by placing a bunch of terracotta. It's either that or the fact that we have some suspicious sand here. I don't think one block would make all that. If we stand over here. It's coming from the left, so it can't be the suspicious stand. What if there's a way to stop that? Could always use a different block. Let's do this. We could use like stripped dark oak wood or something. Or mangrove wood. I don't think it's too big of an issue though. Alright, now that we've got this, we can work on these walls around here. We'll start by outlining it with endstone. And I'm not forgetting about those little diagonal bits in the corners. I just want to get that in first. Is it same on the other side? Kind of. No, it's entirely different there. A lot more windows on this side, I think. I know, they're about the same. I'm not going to worry about it right now, though. I'll build that separately if I have to. Can't tell if it's actually diagonal or if it's just set back a block. I think the 3D model might be messing with us a little. You go into Street View. You can just barely see it here. It is just set back a block. Let's see if I can get to a good position to work on this. I'll probably set up a symmetry or something if I can figure it out. Just be nice if it could be a little bit further this way. I guess what I'll have to do is come down here and work on the other side. And of course, there's this big tree blocking it. Still blocking it. How about here? Is this good? Need one more. Yeah, that should work. At least for the window spacing. Okay. I'm just going to go like this. I don't forget to do that indented part. I'm sure I wouldn't, but better to be safe. So it looks like this can be extended up to the top of this level. So I'll just do this. Let's undo that and actually make sure the block state is right. Definitely a faster way to do this. But I'm not in a big rush. Ooh. Did not see that. Just gotta be careful where I'm facing. Just wondering why it was being so slow. It's copied it a few extra times. Okay. So I've got this bit wrapping around here. What would be nice is if I could place some sort of, like over here we've got the carpet on top of it. Place carpet on top without having to get rid of these walls. I'm sure there's enough windows that we'll still get the idea. And this this line here also kind of helps accentuate that. So it seems we were going 4 windows up to there. This one's a little bit closer to the edge, but it's the same distance as this one. And then the gap gets bigger, and you have 5 windows. This last one might be a little bit skinnier. I'm not sure if it's just the way it's positioned. Not much we can do about that though. It's pretty similar to the same size as that, so let's make it the same. And so it'll be the same window design that we have on the front here. Is that right? Like this. Yeah. So there's one. We need to fit 5 along this wall. This last one's kind of squished up against the corner. Although this gap here is a bit bigger than this one here, which might make things hard. Because this is already like 2 blocks. So if we go like that, that gets us 4. And then the 5th one would end up being here, which is a bit close. come over here. Maybe it's easier to check on this side. Okay, I think the gap on this is actually smaller than that. It's not equal. So that means we can do that, which helps us a little. Then the 2 blocks doesn't feel so out of scale between the windows. And that puts the last one right here, which is perfect. Okay, let's go back over here. I don't think there's any real special details on the wall over here. I think it's pretty plain. We'll still do the dark line below the window. That's pretty much it. And we also don't have these little windows in between. Carpet. I'll go grab it from there. Whatever. And then the layer above is just the next layer, same as first. Edit, I will put in the it like that. And then no, we can't put anything below the window on these ones. So we'll just stack this up. Probably just to start here. Then go up to here. No, just to here is fine. Looks good. We can just go and break these. Progress is so much faster with this mod. Before having this mod, this probably would have taken me a good 15 minutes, maybe more. Especially having to use the debug stick on all the stairs and whatnot. Okay, so you've got this, and then just another set of windows. Here we can actually put the deep slate tiles below, so they won't show through. And the final layer should be the same as this one. So let's use clone for that. Where I want it. No, it needs to be higher still. One lower. Okay, looks pretty straightforward from there. Just what we did on the front here. So we extended it up like that. And then did those full blocks. So I guess we'll do the same here. Those should actually be cut sandstone. Nice if we had smooth sandstone walls. A few more wall variants would be nice. You can cut sandstone walls. But that looks pretty good. This corner just extends to the right 1 block of the first window. So I'll put that here. These are too tall. Okay. So I believe we can mirror that to the other side now. Let's quickly double check that everything is the same on that side. I expect that it is. Let's go over here. That should work. There's a tree. Yeah, you can't really see the 5th window, but it's definitely behind there. If I move over here. This is awful. Where am I going to be able to see that from? I suppose I could look at some aerial shots. Maybe I can just barely see through this tree. I don't know. Probably not going to happen. No. I mean, you can just barely see this window, so I'm assuming it goes all the way down. So we will copy that over. Just double check. We don't have too much selected. We've got the roof, got this edge. Okay. Let's bring it over there. Now, normally you can't flip along a diagonal like that. I did figure out that if you flip it and rotate it, it works. I believe that's all lined up. Yeah. And just like that, in like 20 minutes or so, maybe less, even 15, got a much nicer looking building. Let's work on this back wall. So for this, I'm going to extend it back like that. That's fair. It's gonna be hard to get a good view of the very front of that without an aerial photo. Yeah, from here you can only see the this upper part, which we're not building yet. So let's try over here maybe. It's a good thing to look because we've got some extra detailing in here. Yeah, you can just barely see it in here. And the window spacing is also quite weird. We've got like these double ones here. And a wider gap one here. So I'm going to pull up a photo. Okay, we've got our reference image up. Okay, so there doesn't appear to be anything too special happening on the bottom layers. It's when we get up to the top of the fourth layer, or the bottom of the fifth, I suppose, where things get a bit interesting. So for now, we'll start with, what we'll actually start with is putting in these endstone walls. anyone knows a better way of doing this, I'd love to hear it. I know there's a way of doing it with World Edit. But for World Edit, you need to have it set up on a server. So this is a plugin, not a mod. But it didn't take us that long. Unless there's a way to exclude parts of this. I guess I could use the extrude. Remember how to use it. We'll just stack it in 2 separate portions. Shouldn't be an issue. Even without the windows, this looks pretty nice now. But we need the windows. So for this one, definitely don't want that there. It's the same size, so I think we're going to put it right here. So if we put it right here and break that, maybe actually. Just where that'll be a bit blocked by this. Yeah, I think we'll do it like this. Now what I can't tell is if there's a window in here. I can tell from Google Maps, Google Earth. I can't imagine there being a window in there, at least not a big one. Just wondering if there's a way to view that. Maybe from down here. It'd be a weird spot to have a window though, because you wouldn't really have a view of anything. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and say there's no window there. Since I can't get lined up in any way to view it. I'm sure somewhere there's a picture that would help. Just to confirm that's not there. Yeah. No luck. I wonder if this is set back too far. I wonder. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's undo. Just gonna try to eyeball this based on how the gaps compare to the previous ones we've done. So if we put one there, then then that maybe. No, it's by the middle, which is right here. Just make a little pillar. By there, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Just on this main part of the wall, not counting this one back here. But we've only got 4. So let me think of what I can do. Can make this one a little bit closer. Just like this one. No, but these two should be equal on either side. So that would mean putting this here. And I guess doing this. Something like that might work. Yeah. And that. Then we get to the larger gaps. I suppose we'll just be putting this one here. That's maybe we do this. I like the idea of having these just separated by the end stone wall. that there. There we go. So that's our fourth window. And then we do a gap of 2. Up our other one after that, right here. That's just the 1 block gap. We want a bigger gap than that. This is tricky. I think between these, it needs to be a 3 block gap just because we're working with an even number here and this gap is the same. Or sorry, an odd number, and this gap is the same. Like it's symmetrical down 1 block, not down 2. Not sure how I feel about that spacing though. Maybe it's okay. So we've got 1, 1, that, 1, 3, 3. I think that's the best it's gonna be. So there's something else I can do where I like use glass pane trickery to offset these windows a little bit differently. But I'd rather have the windows all on the same plane. Okay. I think we're good to extend that upward. Not extrude. Stack. Okay. From there, I can extend this. All the way to the middle. No, I don't need to go that far. Whatever. I'm thinking that this should extend like this. Yeah. That doesn't need to extend back there. Okay. Let me take the sandstone walls. I'll probably unfreeze. Okay. Then the next thing I need to do is this detail here. So how would we do that? These sandstone walls. And starting here, bring it out. Leave sandstone stairs. To this. Yeah. Actually, in this photo at least, it looks like it has the copper roof on it. I might double check that because I'm sure we can see it from down here. No, not really. Just trying to find some more recent photos. I'm pretty sure the one on Wikipedia is quite old. I'll go ahead and say that is copper roof there. So I'll take my waxed oxidized. Trapdoors. And just put them like that. One downside is that you can kind of see through it there. But I don't think it's that obvious. Maybe we actually, this looks pretty prominent. Use full blocks here instead. Maybe like you've kind of got these ones being separate. I mean, if there was like a sandstone pillar block. I'll maybe just use. I haven't really used these before in color palette. I don't like that. Let's just use smooth sandstone. Sticks out a bit more. Okay, and then the next layer up is pretty simple. Of just more of the same. And it's exactly the same on the right side. So I will just double check. Everything looks good. Copy this. One more this way. Yeah, because those windows line up. Just break these walls. Must be a way to only, or to like actually copy over the air blocks so it doesn't override it like that. It's on infinite reach. Um, And then over here, right. I think some people like to leave infinite reach on. I don't like it because I'll like accidentally click something wrong by accident and end up like destroying something somewhere random far away on the building, and we'll probably never notice it. But yeah, that's already a lot of progress today, getting that whole bit in. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to access this roof somehow, because the picture you can see like gazebos and like a bench up there, but I don't actually see any good way to enter. Unless there's either like a trap door or or something else that we can't see. I mean, I'm thinking the roof here might just be purely decorational, because now it just looks like things have been plopped down. There's like no walkways or anything really. And, like if these plants are actually going over there, it just means it's loose dirt. Can't really find any info about the rooftop though. Definitely, there's some newer pictures that don't have that. Even the Google Maps doesn't have that. Yeah, I can't find anything else about this garden up here. Like, in Wikipedia, the photo is listed as present day Hotel Vancouver, and it shows those on top. This maybe is a new addition, but the picture does look fairly old. Just because of how dirty the building looks in the picture, I think it's been cleaned up since then. Something I've actually just noticed is that this up here should have copper, not the usual dark carpet. Or at least it does in the photo. So we'll change that over real quick. Gives it a bit more color. I think it's nice. It's not super noticeable from below. From up top, it definitely adds a little. Trying to think of what to do next now. I have a few options. I could keep working my way around the building at the base layer. Could work on the interior a little. I think I'd rather save that till a bit later. Or I could start on next tier of the building. Next couple floors. Something else I could do is use cyan carpet here, just so there's no gaps. I think that looks pretty tacky. Something like that. You know what I could do? If I turn off 3D buildings. There's something on the roof in 2000. Now by 2019 the roof is empty there. And it's the same ever since. I think this wall here, or I suppose you can't see that, let me. This wall here should be the next easiest to do. So it goes up 5, and it's excluding that first window. Stack. Actually, let's clone instead. We'll clone this layer. actually. We should clone this. Into street view for this. Should figure out how tall it is though. So top of this roof is at like 87 or 88. We'll say 88. If it's at 88 and our ground is at 32, which is 0 in the world, 88 minus 32 should be 56. $56. And then you have 5 windows above that, plus maybe a little bit extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us a lot extra. We put 2 blocks between each window here. So each floor is 4 blocks tall. 4, 4, 4. Did this wrong. Hang on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's too tall. Each window is still the same height. Maybe a bit of a wall on top of this. So maybe figure out the height of that. It has to be 88 still. So maybe do call this 87. Just on the lower part here. So we break one. And this is our roof. So we've made, let's try this in Street View instead. Could say that to the actual roof is 2 blocks. Then one of those blocks will already be counted by this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have enough height for like 6. So something's maybe amiss here. It's entirely possible that the 3D model here is wrong. So it's giving us the wrong elevation. Yeah, I'm really stumped. The heights seem to be correct, like based on the official heights that I could find online. Okay, I'm looking at this. You see that there's like basically a whole floor worth in this wall, but the top only drops a meter. So there's definitely some space in here. So if we visualize it like, well, if I come over here, so we've got top of a wall, which is at 55 right now. I guess that's the top of the roof. Top of the wall is 56. With the wall of here looks to be 2 blocks tall. So we go down to here, and then you have, we're generous and say another 2 blocks down to the windows. So that's the top of our window. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5. Well, more than 5, I should say. No, I might just end it here for now. Do some of this sorting out off stream, and then come back when I've kind of got a baseline, and we can get to some more exciting building. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next